What is up, and welcome to another edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. This is going to be my review for the movie film Grown Ups 2, starring Adam Sandler, Chris Rock, Kevin James, David Spade, Salma Hayek, Maya Rudolph, and a slew of other people. This isn't going to be a bashing. This is not going to be a bashing of a movie that is obviously going to be very dumb, very stupid, especially if you know Adam Sandler movies. I am not going to be like every other fucking reviewer, critic, whatever. I am a fan of film, and I am a fan of comedy, and I have stated that God knows how many times on my channel. I love the comedy genre. It is my thing. I love it to death because I grew up with it ever since I was a child. I always watched old and new comedy films, and I'd like to think I know a little bit about what comedy is all about. I really emphasized in my original review for the Grown Ups film, the first one, what slapstick is all about. Many people were bashing it because, oh, it's too much slapstick, it's too stupid. But at least the film had a decent plot about family and so on and so forth. It had a very nice outline to follow with some very over-the-top, stupid jokes thrown in there, physical or just by stupid lines read out there, whatever. But this film, disappointed is the biggest word with this film. Yeah, sure, I can have disappointment for a movie like this. Many people could tell me, hey Anthony, this movie's gonna suck, and why are you even bothering to feel disappointed? Because it's a stupid movie made by asshole people that just don't give a shit about making anything funny. I get that, and I myself paid for this film. I did not unfortunately get to see the screening for this. I paid money to see this. And in the vein of my Identity Thief review, I had to really look back and think, did I review any other comedies that really let me down? And Identity Thief was one of those ones that did let me down this year. And this is in the same boat, unfortunately, but I will be constructive with this. And the biggest disappointment is Rob Schneider, obviously, for whatever reason, has had a fallout with Adam Sandler, or he just couldn't do it, I don't know. But the biggest thing that I had with that was there was no mention of at least his character. There was nothing said, and that kind of bothered me, considering how joined together they were in the beginnings of the original film, and they did not even mention where the fuck he's at, or what's happened to him, anything. They could have at least said he died or something, or he went on vacation, anything, but no, nothing was mentioned, especially in those moments where in the first film, what's made it really funny to me is just those interactions they had together reminiscing about their childhood. And they do some of that here as well, but with Rob Schneider not there, it kind of feels a little odd, and it just doesn't feel right, especially not mentioning his character at all, with at least a throwaway line, nothing. And of course, the biggest problem on an actual movie-making scale with this script is fucking terrible. Yes, the jokes are stupid. There's poop, fart, puke, titty jokes, or whatever. There's a bunch of jokes like that. And that's to be expected in an Adam Sandler movie. And that's not the downer part. The downer part is, in terms of a script and making these jokes as well as giving a story. There is no story here. At least in the original film, there was a thin plot line that was fluent and continuous throughout. This is more like cut-up segments of a sitcom, and making it feel very disjointed. It just feels all over the place, and it just doesn't quite work at all. And it's a shame because these guys are talented. These guys know what they're doing, and it's a shame that they couldn't put something together at least simple enough like the first film. I am a big fan of Adam Sandler through and through, and I am a big fan of David Spade, as well as I enjoy Kevin James and Chris Rock. And I definitely love me some Salma Hayek. Oh my dear God. Oh, I get a little weird with all that, so I'm sorry, I'm going to move on with that. Maya Rudolph is also very hilarious. And Nick Swardson can be funny in spurts, but in this film, yeah, he was very iffy. And a slew of other cameos, such as John Lovitz and Sherry O'Terry, show up in here. John Lovitz made me crack up so much in the scene he had. And Sherry O'Terry was a bit off and weird, but I guess that was the joke. And a slew of other cameos, and Shaq and Taylor Lautner actually being funny. Who knew that? Really. He was unintentionally funny in Twilight, and for Shaq, he was unintentionally funny in Kazam and Steel, so hey, I guess they should try more comedies, I guess. Do a comedy right and make me laugh. I don't have a problem. No matter how stupid or how smart it is, if it could be something witty like Community, Or it could be something as dumb as something like any other Adam Sandler movie that I personally enjoyed, such as Funny People or Billy Madison. Stuff like that, sure, why not? But when a movie gets very lazy and stupid for the sake of being stupid, like the Hangover sequels, that was yet another film that disappointed me in terms of comedy, but I just wish this could have been better, and constructively, just a better script. That's all that needed to be done here. That's the sad part, that's all that needed to be done. But I did laugh out loud a handful of times. There were some funny jokes in here, especially. It is a very disappointing movie in my opinion, and I'm very sad to say that. It's a rental at best, and it could have been better. My bottom line rating on this is 6 out of 10. I wish it could have been so much better, and while it did make me laugh a good chunk of the time, I wasn't bored. I had a little bit of fun with this movie, and that's how I feel about the whole thing, and there really isn't much to say other than that. I hope that Adam Sandler and the rest of the comedians in this movie do better work in future movies. I hope for the best in terms of another Adam Sandler movie, and we all shall move on with our lives. So anyways, thank you for watching this analysis and review of Grown Ups 2. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment below, like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff in between. So until next time, I'm Anthony Flores with Worth Watch, and keep going to the movies.